I really am getting old now. It's so late.
Hello. You must be Mr. Alston.
Good evening.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Alston. I'm Mr. Wren.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Wren.
I thought I would meet an old man with a military attitude. But look at you. And this place. So lovely.
Well, my grandmother had it specially designed back in 19th century.
And the table? Is it made of real oak?
Yes, it was brought down, especially from Scotland.
So, Mr. Alston, it must be tough to run a hotel all by yourself. Aren't you married?
No, for the moment, I haven't found anyone interesting enough to fall in love with.
Love goes by halves. Some Cupid kills with arrows, and some with facts.
Ah, Shakespeare. Have you studied literature?
Not really.
History then?
You're close. I'm studying architecture.
That's lovely, Mr. Wren. Excuse me for a moment, Mr. Wren. Good evening. You must be Mr. Boyle?
Nobody came to pick me up at the train station. I had to hail a cab in this blizzard.
I'm sorry.
It was dreadful. What sorry?
I'm here by myself. And today is hotel's opening day.
Don't you have permanent service staff?
No. There's a cleaning lady who comes twice a week.
An establishment such as this is required by law to have full-time service staff.
Mr. Boyd, don't you think it's a lovely hotel?
I thought I'd be coming to a real hotel. And who are you, young man?
Oh, Christopher Brent. Nice to...
Which one is my room?
But the pink one, Mr. Boyle. Please let me take it there.
Don't worry, Billy. I'll take care of it. Come on, Mr. Boyd. I will take you to your beautiful pink. I hate the color pink. Good evening. You must be Mr. Alston.
Good evening. And you are?
Caswell. John Caswell. Oh, nice lounge. I have to get rid of this cold. The news said that it won't stop snowing for the next few days. We might get isolated here.
Just in case things turn bad, we have enough food in the larder.
Oh, that's good. Actually, it's better than eating each other.
So, apart from the bad weather, any other important news from London?
The usual politics. And that horrible murder.
Yes, I think I have heard something about it on the radio. Oh, let me take your coat.
No, it's alright. By the way, the newspaper doesn't say much.
The police are very interested in interrogating the suspect. A large coat, white scarf and a dark hat.
It could be anyone. Someone mentally ill, a sociopath, or even a sexual maniac.
That's frightening. I imagine you'd like to go to your room. Please let me take you there.
That's alright.
Major Metcalf, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Major.
It's been snowing non-stop. For a moment, thought I'd never be able to reach the hotel by tonight.
It's freezing out there. Please have a drink, Major.
it keeps snowing like this, there might be more than a meter of snow outside by tomorrow.
The hotel is in perfect condition and we have enough food and wine here.
Mr. Alston! Mr. Alston! The radiators are cold, my room is very dirty, there is no hot water, and someone left this there.
Ah, there it is. That's why I couldn't find it.
Excuse me, Mr. Ralston. I think I smell something burning.
But the pudding!
It's not very often.
To the kitchen. I'd better take a look at the pudding.
Who are you now?
Major Metcalf, at your service.
Oh, nice to meet you, Major. Glad to know someone respectable in this mediocre hotel.
I'm coming.
Buonasera. Where am I?
At the Mousetrap Hotel?
Good evening. I'm Gianluigi Pavaccini. Mamma mia! How lucky I am! A hotel with such a beautiful lounge.
Beautiful.
I guess you do not have a room for an old man like me who got lost in the snow. I had the misfortune to crash my Rolls Royce in the snow. I thought I would freeze to death, but suddenly I saw some light. Madonna mia! A hotel, I thought. I'm safe.
I fear the only room that we have is very small. I've just opened today and I'm not prepared for any unexpected guests.
Yeah, that's quite obvious.
That's alright. I just have this tiny little suitcase with me. As long as I have a warm bed to sleep in tonight, it's enough.
Okay, I'll get your room ready. I'm not expecting anyone else to arrive. Including you, we are already 6 in the hotel.
Yes, I am the surprise visit.
Hello? Yes? Yes, this is the Mousetrap Hotel. You are speaking to Mr. Ralston. Who? London Police? Scotland Yard? Yes, of course, Commissioner Rohan. But I fear you won't be able to get here. The roads are blocked and there is no way of getting here. Yes? Okay. Why? Hello? Hello?
The police, sir.
The police?
Mr. Ralston, why did the police call?
They called saying that they'll send an officer. But I don't think he'll be able to get here.
Mr. Ralston, would you be kind enough to show me to my room?
Yes, of course. Please follow me.
This is great. Now an unexpected visit from the police. Who knows what illegal business this man is up to?
Oh, come on. Guess it's just another routine visit.
I hate these inconveniences. Luckily we have you to protect us, Major.
Mr. Boy, I have just taken a look at the radiator in your room and it works perfectly fine.
Excuse me, Mr. Ralston. I need to use the telephone.
Yes, of course.
The conversation is private. Do you have another telephone?
Yes, there's one next to the service station.
Thank you very much.
I think I smell something in the kitchen. I'd better go and take a look at it.
Oh, sorry. I
favorite song. Mr. Boy, Mr. Boy. Mr. Boy. The library is a wonderful science. That's the boy. I can't stand that grumpy giraffe. Why don't we find a way to kick him out of the hotel, eh? With this, no? I don't think he would leave even if someone wanted to kill him. Ah, snow. So wonderful, isn't it? Makes you forget all your pains. Not me. How tragic. What is it that you can't forget, Mr. Yes. I see water in the sink. Cold. Blood. Hunger. Look! A man is approaching the road skiing! How exciting! Billy! Oh, Billy! Hello. Hi. Are you alright? Perfectly fine. Are you Mr. Ralston? No.
Yes, I am Mr. Ralston. And you are?
Sergeant Trotter, London Police, Scotland Yard. Any troubles with the law? I hope you are not selling alcohol without a license.
It has nothing to do with that. Reckon I book my skis.
I'll take them down to the cellar.
Don't worry, Billy. I'll take care.
Well, the matter that brings me here directly affects your own personal security. Excuse me, Mr.
Castle.
Do you mind leaving us alone, please?
No, not at all.
Please, Sergeant.
I'm here regarding a case involving the murder of Maureen Lyon. She lived in London at 24 Culver Street, and she was murdered yesterday. You may have heard about the case, perhaps read about it in the papers.
Yes, I have read something about it.
First of all, did you know Maureen Lyon?
No, I'm hearing the name for the first time.
Well, you may know her by another name. Her true name was Maureen Stanning, and she was the owner of Longridge Farm. It's not too far from here.
The Longridge Farm? Isn't it the place where those three children were?
Those 3 children?
Yes, the 3 Corrigan boys. They were adopted by a cruel couple who abused them day and night. Those children were hungry, they were cold, they weren't allowed to play outside with the other children. They were made to work on the farm day and night.
Those people were monsters.
Quite right. In fact, the youngest one couldn't bear the situation and died.
Poor little boy. It was a horrible case.
Well, the couple was sentenced to prison. He died and she was released 10 years later. And yesterday, she was found strangled.
What? Do you know who did it?
Not yet. We're still investigating, you see. But so far we found a diary which had 2 addresses written on it. The first was 24 Culver Street. And the second one was Monkswell Manor.
What? My hotel?
Yes. And it would seem that this isn't a coincidence.
Why? What do you base your suspicions on?
Well, there is something else, you see. There was a drawing of 3 little mice scribbled all over the woman's body and the lyrics of the song 3 Blind Mice. And underneath, it said, this is the first one. Do you remember the song?
3 blind mice, 3 blind.
Is it connected to those 3 children?
And what happened to other 2?
Well, the eldest one was adopted and we can't seem to find him. And the middle one left the army and nothing is known of him ever since. According to the doctors, he was a schizophrenic. I mean mentally ill.
So do you think he is the one who killed Mrs. Maureen Lyon?
I think so.
And do you think he's gonna come here to commit another murder?
Well, that's what I'm here to find out, isn't it?
Excuse me, Mr. Ralston. The telephone isn't working.
Half an hour ago it worked perfectly fine.
I guess it is because of the snow then.
Oh, great. So now we are totally isolated.
Excuse me, Mr. Ralston. Can I take a look at the house, please?
Yes, of course.
I'll go with you.
That is a horrible song.
Who is playing it?
I think Mr. Pavachini. Earlier today, he asked me if I had a piano at the hotel.
Did he tell you where he came from last night?
Who? The piano?
No, Billy. Mr. Paracini. I think he's a parasite. He wears makeup, powders his face, and has that false accent. I'm sure he's an old pervert.
In any case, whoever is playing that song, it sounds horrible.
Don't you like it? Perhaps it reminds you of a terrible childhood.
I had a happy childhood, didn't you?
No, I didn't. But we have to carry on and try to forget the past.
Sometimes, it is very difficult to forget the past.
I will not let anything from my past affect my present.
Well, upstairs everything is in perfect order. Except for the telephone. Because you did receive a call from the police commissioner earlier, didn't you?
Yes, of course. I guess the line got cut because of the snowstorm.
Or maybe someone cut the line on purpose.
Cut the line? Why would anyone do that?
What can you tell me about your guest, Mr. Ralston?
Not a lot. Anyway, if that maniac wants to come here to kill us, he will not be able to reach the hotel until the snow melts.
Unless he's already here.
Here? Don't be silly.
I'm not being silly. Just think about it. Each of your guests arrived here this evening, a few hours after the murder. They've all had enough time.
Except Pavachini, everyone else had made reservations.
Yes, so what? These murders were planned well in advance. I'm going to go check on the telephone wire.
This is ridiculous. Dinner will be ready at 8 o'clock.
Are you okay, Mr. Ralston? Do you need help with the food? I was an excellent cook in the army myself.
No, thank you. I will take care of it. But probably I'll need some more firewood. If you need me, I'll be in the kitchen.
Billy, do you mind if I take a look at your cellar? We will need some wine to cheer up a night like this.
Yes, as you please.
I think Mr. Ralston is a bit tense. The truth is, the case at the farm is quite frightening.
I was just a child when all this happened.
Nevertheless, I do remember it with vivid memory. I used to follow the case in the newspapers when I was working at Edinburgh. It's getting dark. Better go outside to collect some firewood.
Leaving out there in the library.
Hey, what are you still doing here?
Don't worry, I was about to leave.
Is this you? There are no good radio stations here. Hey, what are you doing? Why did you turn the lights off?
Mr. Alston, somebody murdered Mr. Boyle. How did it happen? Are you okay?
The radio was too loud.
Yes, that's true. The radio was so loud, I thought the eardrums were going to explode. And then suddenly, I heard Mr. Alston scream.
The radio was too loud. But what did you see? The radio was too loud.
Someone in this house has murdered Mr. Boyle. I've just taken Metcalf and Caswell's statements and I've recommended them to stay in their room. And now, I'd like to start with you, Mr. Ralston. Where were you at the time of the murder? On this floor or the floor above? Try to remember, Mr. Ralston. Was the noise close by or was it far away? Try to remember.
Daughter! Stop it, please. Can't you see it's not alright?
Very well then. I'll leave him alone. But we'll continue with you, Mr. Wren. Where were you when you heard Mr. Ralston scream?
I was in my room.
And were you in your room the whole time?
No. I went down to the cellar to put his keys in there, and then I went back to my room to wash my hands.
What did you just say?
I went back to my room to wash my hands.
Then why did nobody else see you going upstairs?
Because I use the service stairs. It's closer to my room.
All right then. Mr. Paravicini, it's your turn now.
But you already know, I was playing the piano.
And did anyone else hear you playing?
I don't think so. I was playing very, very softly. With this finger.
Ah, so you are the one playing Three Blind Mice.
Yes, it is a very famous song. In fact, there was somebody whistling it.
Whistling it? Where?
I'm not sure. Maybe in the hall. Or maybe on the stairs.
Mr. Wren, did you hear any whistling or did Mr. Paravicini here just lie?
This is ridiculous. Lying? Why would I lie about something like that?
Why don't you tell me? There's something strange about your story.
Oh, really?
Like, where were you headed when you had that car accident?
I was going to a friend's house near here.
And can you tell me the friend's name and address?
No, I can't. I have to protect her identity.
Stop! That song is awful.
Mr. Ralston, can we continue with the questioning now? That's all for now, folks. Go back to your rooms and lock your doors while I question Mr. Ralston here. Mr. Wren was going to his room and Paravicini was playing the piano. So where were you?
I was in the kitchen and then went to the living room. The lights were off. The radio was very loud. When I turned on the lights, I saw Mr. Boyle lying on the floor. I screamed, and then Christopher and Paravicini arrived.
And is that all?
I think so. This is driving me mad. Sergeant Trotter, what conclusions have we made so far?
Well, not many. First, I know that Maureen Lyon, the woman who abused these children, was killed yesterday. And second, perhaps most importantly, the judge that gave them into custody was murdered right here.
So you believe that that the murderer is one of the older children from the farm?
Well, yes. And everything does seem to point in the same direction. By now, the middle child should be around 22 years old. And he has dark hair and has mental problems.
Yes, I know everything points to Christopher, but I don't think he did it. It could be anyone else from the children's family.
Well, their real mother was an alcoholic, and their real father was a sergeant in the army, serving in a foreign country.
A sergeant in the army? And what happened to him?
Well, he's probably retired now if he's still alive.
Yes, but maybe he came back to this country and went crazy when he found out that his wife was dead and his children were abused.
Well, in that case, the murderer could be an older person.
Just a moment. When I said that the police had called, Metcalf seemed to get very nervous about it.
No, I didn't hear Mr. Ralston scream. I was outside the house collecting firewood. When I came back, all the lights in the living room were switched off. No, I have nothing else to say.
Metcalf. I'm not sure, but I think there's another possibility. If you remember, the killer was wearing a very large overcoat. So it was impossible to tell if it was a short man or a tall one.
Are you talking about Mr. Caswell?
I heard Mr. Ralston scream when I was in the cellar looking for a bottle of wine. Then I ran upstairs. The bottle. In all the excitement, I don't remember where I left it. No, I didn't know where is it. That's all. I don't have anything else to say.
He is a little too old to be the murderer. There are always exceptions. Even you.
Me?
Yes. Where were you all day yesterday, Mr. Ralston?
Yesterday? I was here all day getting things ready for the guests.
Can you prove it though?
Yes? No, actually I was here alone.
Alone, huh? So no one can confirm your story.
What do you mean?
Why don't you tell me, Mr. Ralston? Did you kill Maureen Lyon?
Of course not. I never.
Mr. Wren, I've been looking all over for you. Where are my skis?
What? The skis? I left them in the cellar. Are they not there?
Well, what do you think? Why am I asking?
Alright, Sergeant. Calm down. I'll go look for them. Wow. So now you will also stay with us a little longer. I'm afraid there are no rooms left.
Very funny. Let's get a few details right first. What's your full name?
Jonathan Anthony
Jonathan Anthony. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Perhaps a ghost from the past.
And is that the ghost that brought you here?
I'm sorry, but that's private. I have to go.
But you haven't even answered my question yet. What is your full name?
I already told you. Jonathan Anthony Matthew Castle.
Sergeant Trotter! What's wrong with him? What's wrong? Sergeant?
Can you all pay attention, please? I said, attention! Thank you. Well, I've just noticed something. Something I really should have seen before. I've been so blind. I think I found the solution though. Remember when Mr. Boyle was murdered? Remember? Well, I took all of the guest statements and one by one, they each told me what they were doing. Huh? Billy was in the kitchen. Mr. Paravicini was playing the piano. Mr. Wren was going to his room. Mr. Caswell was in the cellar looking for a bottle of wine. And Metcalf was outside looking for some firewood. Billy was in the kitchen, Mr. Paravicini was playing the piano, Mr. Wren was going to his room, Caswell was in the cellar, and Metcalf was outside. 5 statements that I can't verify. 5 statements. 5 of them are true. And 1 is false. Do you want to know what the good news is though? The good news. Well, the good news is that I have a plan. Yes, a plan to find out who lied. Each of the guests will do exactly what they were doing at the time of the murder. Except this time, the rules will change. Huh? So, Mr. Wren will go to the kitchen, Mr. Caswell to Christopher's room, Mr. Paravicini, he will go outside. Mr. Metcalf will go to the cellar, and Billy will play the piano. Huh? Oh, and you must be wondering what I'll do. Well, I will play the role of Mr. Boyle myself. That way, I get to be alone with the murderer. Huh? No one? It's brilliant though, isn't it? Come on. Better get on with it. Do you all understand?
Yes.
And are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay then. At the count of 3, Billy, please start playing the piano. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Billy! Billy!
Yes? What happened? Oh, have you discovered the murderer?
Yes, I have.
And who is it?
Don't you know yet, Mr. Ralston?
What? Me?
Yes, you! Why didn't you tell me everything from the beginning? That really wasn't very intelligent.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. The police are not stupid, Mr. Ralston. It's quite obvious now that you know everything about the case of Longridge Farm. You even knew that Mr. Boyle was the judge on the case.
I just wanted to forget. Why are you doing this to me?
Do you want to know what else I know? I also know that you were the children's teacher.
But how do you know all this information? Who are you?
Those poor children. That little boy wrote letters to you asking for help. And you? You did nothing!
I didn't get any letters. I got sick. And by the time I got back to school, the poor boy was dead. Oh, how could I let it happen?
This is unacceptable. It needs to be punished.
British police don't carry guns. Who are you?
Quite right. The police don't carry guns. But then I'm not police, am I? I lied to you. I'm not Sergeant Trotter and I cut the telephone wire. Do you want to know who I really am? And George, one of the 3 children.
Oh my God, George!
Don't scream or I will shoot. You know what? Marine lions killed my younger brother. Going to jail was never going to be enough for her. I vowed that day to kill everyone involved. And you? Well, you're the only one left.
You can't shoot me. Everyone will hear the shot and you won't be able to escape.
Escape? Escape? I don't want to escape. You're right, though. I should strangle you.
Mr. George Corrigan, you are under arrest! You are accused of the murders of Maurilia and Judge Boyle, the attempted murder of Mr. Ralston, and illegal possession of weapons.
What's happening?
Well, remember Mr. Caswell? Or should I say your brother Matthew Corrigan? He recognized you from the way you play with your hair. And that is when he decided to tell me about it. And I acted in time.
Matty? What? Arrested? Who are you?
Oh, by the way, forgot to mention. You're also accused of impersonating a police officer. Because I am the real police officer.